Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Tuesday, you know what that means. It's time for the number one sports podcast in the world. It's time for Sports for You. Live on YouTube. I'm John, that's Mark. Big Freeze is on the way. We're live on your TV screens, your mobile devices, laptops, your desktops on YouTube and X. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, Sports for You podcast on YouTube. Like us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok at Sports for You podcast. Follow me at John Watson 0984 on X and Instagram. Follow Mark on Instagram at Hi I'm Mark. Hi I'm Mark1 on X. Follow Nick on X, Instagram, and TikTok at 99Gorilla. Lots to talk about tonight. We're now into round 2 of the NBA playoffs, and man, we have a lot to discuss. What just went down in the land? Tyrese Halliburton said, "Oh, overrated, huh?" Said not on my watch.
Mm-hmm.
The Cleveland Cavaliers were up by I think as much as 17 tonight on the Indiana Pacers, and the Pacers came back and won the game as they made a free throw, missed a free throw. Tyrese Halliburton gets the rebound, and then hits the game-winning three. And they win 120-119 and now take a 2-0 series lead on the team with the best record in the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers. So lots to talk about there. We're finally finishing up the first game 1 of the second round with the Golden State Warriors and the Minnesota Timberwolves going down in Minneapolis right now. The Wolves are up 20-16. Of course, the Warriors coming off playing that Game 7 against Houston Rockets Sunday night. The Wolves have been off the last 5 days after they went ahead and eliminated my Lakers in 5 games. They were the true Lakers in 5.
Mm-hmm.
And it is loud inside Target Center. You can feel the atmosphere. It hasn't been that way in Minneapolis in a long time. But now that's where it is. My boy Robert Wilkins was saying that Pacers were down 20 points, fourth 20-point comeback win in these playoffs.
Yep. 2 of them happened last night.
That's right. And yeah, so as we talk about, we'll get into obviously recapping how we got to where we're at right now. With the Nuggets advancing, the Warriors advancing, obviously to complete the elite 8 of the NBA. Now the Cavs are in trouble. You just had Kenny Atkinson was just named Coach of the Year, and they're down 0-2, losing both home games, losing the first 2 games at home in this series. How does that happen? I do not know.
Pacers play. Pacers match up with them really well, and they hurt. No excuses, but
Yeah, no tonight. No Darius Garland, no Evan Mobley, and somebody else that wasn't playing tonight.
But to even say that you don't have Darius Garland and Evan Mobley and still won up 20, you still got to win that game.
I agree. No excuse not to be able to close. And they clearly did not do that tonight. And the Pacers said we can, and that's exactly what they did. They came out and they closed the deal, and now we look ahead to Game 3. Oh, DeAndre Hunter. Thank you, Rob. Shout out to Robert Wilkins. He said DeAndre Hunter was the third man that didn't play tonight. So no Darius Garland, no Evan Mobley, no DeAndre. So 3 of your starters.
Well, DeAndre Hunter come off the bench, don't he?
Does he?
Well, start off like
I'm not Ty Jerome comes off the bench. Yeah, what up, Boss Lady? Just saw her in the meeting right now. Shout out to Boss Lady. Talk It Up Wrestling. Shout out to the good show yesterday with her in Miami. So y'all go subscribe to Talk It Up. Culture Class, Townhouse Media, DW collaboration in the building. The Pacers, just here to say hi. I know we know you don't know sports, Boss Lady, but you obviously you're here for the vibes. We get it. And shout out, much love. Blue, purple, and brown hearts for everybody. What up, Trail in the building?
So what up with it?
All right. Trunks, what up? Said, you know who else didn't play last night? LeBron. Yo, Trunks. Wow. That hurts. But you're right, though. It was asked today on First Take. And should LeBron play? How much of a role should LeBron? Yo, relax, boss lady. You're not calling it. We're not OGs and saying because we've been podcast. We're doing this podcast stuff for a minute. Some more than other. Oh, for real? That's what we're doing. John barely. Hey, I'm not old. Just I'm older than some of y'all. Don't mean I'm old. Hey, just chill. But me and Mark been doing this podcast for a minute. He's been doing it longer than me. So he put me on. So there it is. He put me on. So there. How much should LeBron play a role in Luka in how they handle Luka's trying to sign him to this extension or letting him play it out, or ain't no 50s over here yet. Let me enjoy the 40s first before I get to the 50s, boss lady. How much should LeBron play in the role of Luka?
None at all.
I said the same thing.
Hey, Chris.
What up, Chris?
None at all.
I said the same thing. I don't think he should either because I don't get jumped on the side, but I'm thinking he's on the way out. And we tried this with Kobe. And I'm trying to figure like he's when you got dudes who are great who are on their way out the door, I don't know how much you want for them just to say, look, I'm gonna be here for X amount of years and then it's on. What up, Sam?
Sam, what up with it? To me, I feel like when LeBron first got here, I would say he should be more involved in who comes and who goes. But it's not only time for LeBron to step away from that. It's time from the Lakers management to step away from allowing LeBron to be the GM if they have been doing that at all. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like at this point now, we're preparing for what's after LeBron. So if the Lakers can't figure this out on their own, then it kind of shows, you know what I'm saying, what's really going on there.
I totally agree. Rob Pelinka came in 6th in the Executive of the Year voting that was announced today. Sam Presti of the Oklahoma City Thunder was named Executive of the Year. Then it was Kobe Altman of the Cavs. Trajan Langdon, F. Duke, was 3rd. And then Brad Stevens, Lawrence Frank, who we're going to talk about in a minute for what he said about the state of the Clippers. And then it was Rob Pelinka and then a bunch of other GMs after that. But I don't really know how much Bron, and I heard what Kendrick Perkins was saying, well, they let Bronny come on the team and this and that, and they've placated to you these years. I really don't know how much you can ask for a dude who's probably got like a year or 2 left. I'm gonna guess Bron opts out, probably says another 1-1, and then he's done in a year, unless he really wants to be like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I played with one son. Why not play with the second? Play with the second one.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think Bryce is going to be there. Go pro yet. But I think he's done after next year. That's my personal opinion. I think he's done after next year. He wants and he deserves and let him get a retirement. Let him get that farewell tour. I know he's saying he really hasn't said if he would really want one, but I'm like, come on, Brian. You come on, dog. Every king deserves that. And you definitely do.
The 40-year-old
can play through the Olympics, regular season, then playoffs.
LeBron not your regular 40-year-old, and I think he could have. I just think that the Lakers wasn't in position. Well, they was, but they wanted to get the highest seed, so they kept playing them, over extended minutes. But they had a bunch of time where they could have sat them, not played them as much mini game. You know what I'm saying? Mini games and saved them for the playoffs.
Rich Hall was on Chris Haynes' podcast, and he said this Lakers team wasn't built for a championship.
It wasn't,
and he's right. Getting the 3 seed, I think, was a lot. I was a lot just to get the 3 seed, And look where he got us. We're home in 5 games. We're looking at the team that just eliminated us. They have a home seed, and they're the 6th seed. I don't know what else. I mean, I think Luka's going to stay. I heard what Tim McMahon said yesterday. That he thinks Luka's only going to be in a Laker, and obviously he wrote the book on. Obviously, he's had the book recently about Luka, the Wonder Boy, and he wants. I think he thinks he's going all in to be back, and I think a lot of it has to do because I don't think he wants to lose any more money. I don't think he wants to lose any more money than he's already lost. You're losing $150 million. Being traded to the Lakers is enough. I don't count dude's pockets. I don't care.
$150 million is a lot.
Exactly, $150 million is still not sweet. He's only making $200 million with us, but he could have made $350 million in the state with no state tax. That goes a long way. So, but I'm not counting Luka's money. But I just think he's going. I don't think he's going anywhere.
I can't see him going anywhere. But there's a couple of different places where he can. What the hell are you doing, Julius Randle? They weren't doing that against Lakers at all.
Keyword Lakers.
There's a couple of places he can go, and he can go to Miami.
I think the question is going to ask now: what is Luka? What is on Luka's heart? Like, what does he prioritize? What is he? I mean, he's 20? He's 26. He's been All NBA 5 years running.
I think he's coming back though.
I think he is too. I mean, my man Rashad from church just said he had 5 push-ups. I put Golden State. He got Golden State. I'm with you. Hey Boomer, I'm with you, dog. I'm not doing no 5 push-ups though, because I picked Golden State too. I even though I don't feel confident in it, I think JJ F. We talked about JJ. Trust me. I clearly had a lot to say about JJ. I think he gives up on the play. I think he gives up on the plan too easy. Dude benched Jackson Hayes after 6 minutes. The thing was this. I wasn't expecting. What up, Nessa? I wasn't expecting a lot from Jackson Hayes. Oh, I wanted to work. I'm trying to, boss lady. Eventually, I'm trying to. Now everybody can be in the gym like you guys, like you. I wasn't expecting much from Jackson Hayes, but clearly JJ saw that he was getting outplayed by Rudy Gobert. He was getting bullied by Julius Randle, and it was just.
So he decided to go smaller,
which made 0 sense. And look, clearly Rui said it in the post game after we lost Game 5. Ooh. He said it. He pretty much said it like, I'm 6'8". I mean, we need some size out there. I can't be out there trying to guard 7 foot. Yeah, get that shout out. If you're trying to look like get the Jay Cargill on, go ahead. I believe the Lakers. Sam says, I believe the Lakers only have a 2nd round pick in the upcoming draft in June, and they need to draft a center. Look, you're not gonna find much in the 2nd round. You just hope to find a steal. Speaking of Lakers girls, what up, Lakers? What up, Lakers girl? Are you all right? Yeah, but you got to play your game. Give them some. I agree, Trunks. You don't let nobody dictate your strategy. Shout out to Ill Will in the building.
Ill Will, what up with it?
You don't let nobody else dictate your strategy. And that's where I think JJ got lost in the shuffle. Because I think Chris Finch outcoached him. Chris Finch is a better coach. It's not how he went coach here. He's saying that Trunks is saying that JJ went away from his strategy too soon, Trell.
He looked hurt.
What the heck just happened? He just broke somebody's ankle.
Crazy.
How did he get hurt when he
No, he got hurt before that.
Okay. Steph Curry just like laboring.
I listen. This is what I think. I think that JJ could have did a better coaching job, but I also think JJ was handicapped with the roster.
I agree.
Minnesota, like I said, I told you that during last series, they match up really well with the Lakers, and they give the Lakers problems, dog. They athletic at every position. And the Lakers' most athletic person is a 40-year-old man.
We said it there. Jay Williams said it for us. He was like, LeBron looking like Luka. Luka is looking. LeBron is looking like he's 26, and Luka looking like he's 40.
Yeah,
making that sense.
Yeah, I think that. I think if you can get that Luka Paul, this is about to sound crazy. Luka Paul body that he had when he was a rookie.
I don't know. That dude might be long years away now. Kind of crazy.
I mean, I don't think so, dog. It's just discipline, and
I agree. You're right.
And I don't want to say he don't work hard because we don't know.
Righteous,
but it's discipline and work hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he can do it, and him being a top tier, at the top tier level of basketball, dog. I do think that it can happen. I think it's just the want to. You have to want to do it. And
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he got comfortable in Dallas, but I'm gonna tell you what, dog. You can't do that shit you do in Dallas and bring it to the Lakers because Laker fans gonna let you have it each and every time. I don't give a fuck how good you are.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna kill you.
Trust and believe. They got on Andrew Bynum for driving in they got on Andrew Bynum for driving in a Lamborghini. You think they're gonna get on you because you're awake? You just don't know. But I'm hoping what JJ said. I mean, not just motivating, but just like, look, dude, he's saying it without saying it because I know how JJ thinks just by seeing him how he's been on TV. He really does not like. He doesn't like, circling around certain stuff. He just likes saying it. Yo, chill, Tig. Yo, chill, Will. That's why John always trying to kill somebody because he's a Lakers fan. That's what we're doing? Okay. Laker fans already. Yeah, you're right. And Trump said Jokic got a similar build, just taller. But you're right. You're right, Trunks. But why we ever quit? But Jokic ain't finna win no Mr. Universe competition. However, Nick's in the building. Yo, chill. Yo, Nick. Yo, he gonna say that. Wow, you gonna say so?
Why Nick stuttering in the chat?
Yo, you all right, man?
Oh, my bad.
Hey, yo, y'all all right?
We all right. We didn't say nothing.
Yeah, okay.
Nick said that.
That is crazy. My brothers, what's going on?
Nick, what up with it?
We just talking about Luka, and basically we're saying like, oh, okay, so like
hamstring,
and like Steph might have pulled a hamstring.
Oh yeah, that's it. I'll holler at y'all next year.
We'll see. Minnesota only cared about beating the Lakers. I don't think they care about beating nobody else.
Nah, Ant wants to beat Golden State. He said that he did. He wants to beat Golden State.
I said the Timberwolves. It takes more than just him.
Good point.
Look at that. Look now Draymond hitting the three. They have 13.
Well, Anthony Edwards ain't scored a point yet, so he's bullshitting.
The Warriors are on a 17-0 run, and the Timberwolves have missed their last 17 shots.
Oh Lord!
Now I can't go up with it. Joker for sure, a call on defense, but he doesn't guard point guards, shooting guards, and small forwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you this: as a coach, the effort looks different.
Question. Good point. Because Jokic, like I was just saying, Nick, Jokic is not gonna win no Mr. Universe competitions, dude. Well, you never quite. You wouldn't know that.
You checking out his body?
No, I'm not.
Not bad.
Relax. But you never condition. You never question if he's not in good condition.
That was the wrong one, man.
Yeah, you wild, dude.
I apologize.
Man.
That was out of pocket.
That was.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I apologize.
That was crazy.
But I was
hilarious.
But I asked this to Mark before you joined the show, Nick.
The best room to be in is a room full of growth.
Boss Lady said she's gonna be Miss Universe. Who you know will win Mr. Universe. Well, not me, for crying out loud. I'm just saying, certain people. I'm not expecting Jokic to look like LeBron or any other. Well, put it like this: give me a center. I'm saying like Alonzo Mourning at it, prime Alonzo Mourning, or no, I give you one. I don't expect Jokic to look like prime Dwight. Nick, before
You all right?
Didn't Jeremy Lamb and Dwight play on the same?
No, he didn't. Don't you dare. We're not doing that.
Wait. Hold on.
No,
Hold
Nick,
on.
Nick, do not.
Time out. We're not about to do that. We're not about to do that at all. That's funny, but we're not about to do that. And I have a hilarious joke. Actually with Jeremy Lin before the show was over with. But go ahead.
Sorry, guys.
Jeremy Lin or Jeremy Lin?
Sorry, guys.
No, I said Jeremy Lin, not Jeremy Lin. That nigga don't exist.
Jeremy Lin is crazy. Fellas,
returning to Jolene.
Right.
Fellas, real talk. I'm over this LeBron experiment. I just want him to retire. I'm over it, and I'm a Lakers fan.
What is there to be? Put that comment on the screen, bro. Sam, what is there to be over? I mean, I don't understand when I hear Laker fans say that. I'm not. Will, chill out.
That nigga want to see y'all be sorry again. Barely making the playoffs if y'all make it.
Dudes want us to see us with Ryan Kelly and Xavier Henry and dudes like that again.
Nah, that's wild.
That's another player that had me fooled.
Who?
Xavier Henry.
He did. At Kansas, he was a baller. And he was
that nigga didn't fool me.
Kansas niggas.
Nah, you know who had me fooled? What's his name? The nigga that Minnesota drafted that played for the Lakers. Wesley Johnson.
Oh yeah, he
didn't draft it. Well, you said
Minnesota. He ended up playing for y'all. Yeah, Minnesota drafted. I thought he was gonna be good. That nigga was sorry.
He was waller at Syracuse. I don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're not the only Lakers fan who feel that way. I just don't understand why Lakers fans are so ready to get out of the LeBron business.
Because they like Kobe.
LeBron at 50 million at 41 and Luke on the roster.
Did you hear me?
No, he was just thinking the same thing.
Oh,
he probably did hear you though.
Wait, you said the same thing?
Yes.
That's funny. I mean, it's the truth.
LeBron at 50 million at 41 with Luke on the roster. Man, I don't know anymore. Well, LeBron's gonna opt out, Trunks, and he's probably gonna sign. He's gonna keep signing these 1-and-1s, and I think the Lakers are fine with that because they still have they weren't gonna have that much flexibility unless you trade Rui or Austin Reeves anyway. So people don't like Bron because they assume his body language means something. I mean, people just don't like Bron because they don't like Bron.
Look, LeBron about to be in year 23. If you don't like him, ain't nothing he gonna do is gonna change anything.
Yep.
If you like LeBron, nothing's gonna happen that's gonna change your opinion of him. If you don't like LeBron, nothing's gonna happen gonna change your opinion of him. I've heard some people say the most absolute absurd things about LeBron James that's all generated down to hate.
First of all, I ain't said nothing. Well, you don't want to keep talking about Mr. Universe. What you want to be? What you want to be? The Black Schwarzenegger all of a sudden? Now shut up, Will.
You call him a nigga.
Will wants to get in the chopper.
Wait, he want to do what?
Will think he's Schwarzenegger all of a sudden.
No, John, what did you say?
Then that's what Schwarzenegger say. He said, get in the chopper.
Nigga. Mark. This is this Conor McGregor all over again.
All over again, dog.
No, because Conor McGregor was Irish.
Oh my Jesus. No.
Oh, nigga, like that just helps everything. This nigga crazy.
Yo, John is out of pocket.
What is up with Lake talking about dudes getting circumcised? That's what I'm assuming she's talking about. I ain't reading that comment.
Getting circumcised as a grown man is crazy.
Well, nope. All right.
That was the alley-oop.
Tig said Brian can put put up 35, 8, 9, and lose, but because he isn't walking or slapping chairs or aggravating, he doesn't care.
That's true.
Now that's funny.
Want him to be Wojo. He's Wojo out here, man. F him too. Want him to be Wojo.
And look, John. And if he did do that, that's what they're gonna say. Oh, he's a crybaby, so he can't win. No matter what he do, they're gonna complain. LeBron shows passion. He's complaining. He's doing this and that. Like, come on, man. It's just crazy.
People gonna find something to complain about, Nick. We just gotta it is what it is. That's all it's gonna be. But let's pivot from the NBA conversation for a minute, then we'll get back to there. Big move on Saturday.
Draymond hit a 3.
Well, no.
2 of them.
Oh, sorry about that, Nick.
Sorry about that.
No, hey.
I accidentally meant to click on.
Mark, I need you to chill out, fam.
Draymond Green is 4 for 5 from 3. The Timberwolves are 0 for 13.
They need to stop shooting 3-pointers.
Embrace Lucas so easily.
I'm a LeBron fan, but I can see why people don't like him. All right, so here we go. Saturday, Canelo fought in Saudi. Canelo had
There was almost another fight. Never mind.
Yeah. This one ended in TKO. All right, well, so see you later. Make sure y'all subscribe to Talk It Up. Talk It Up on YouTube.
Throw it up.
Yo, relax.
Excuse me?
Yeah, they was. Will. Dunce caps. We need Draymond and Ant mic'd up. I'll guarantee that's gonna happen.
Ant haven't scored yet, huh?
Not yet.
Nope.
But I didn't even know there was a fight.
Who did what?
Yeah, Canelo. Well, if you want to call it a fight, but what it was Canelo Alvarez did have a fight in Saudi. He did win, but this all was the setup. What we all know is now going to be the big fight between him and this man right here. As I get this, there we go.
Nick?
No, Terrence Crawford.
Oh shit!
That September 12th, Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas. That's a Friday night, y'all. That's a Friday night.
Damn, I'm sick that day.
There will be I'm saying it now. I tweeted about it already.
Oh my god!
It'll be a special edition of Sports4U that day.
We might do it at Wheelhouse.
Be a special edition of Sports4U. Okay.
That's crazy.
Yo, relax, Nick.
What's wrong with you?
That is crazy.
Friday. Be back at it again. Obviously, Sports4U Wrestling tomorrow.
See you down the road.
We'll be back at it Friday. All right. So, yeah, let's talk about this. Because, look.
I sell money on blood? Oh, bud.
But here's the deal. I'm happy for this fight happening. Because, obviously, I'm a Terrence Crawford fan. And I think he's going to win. No, relax, Larry. But I obviously know this isn't a fight that's supposed to happen. It should be Canelo versus David Benavidez, but Canelo's ducking. And now reports is that he doesn't want to fight another Mexican.
That's racist.
Against his own people?
That's racist.
They be the worst ones.
He's just trying to beat on the black people. That's racist.
And he can't. Gonna get his ass whooped by a black nigga in the next fight.
Yep.
So I'll start with you, Mark. How do you feel about this fight happening?
It's funny because I really like Canelo, but I think Budge is different. You know what I'm saying? Blood is different. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, straight out of Omaha.
Relax, John.
Out of Peyton Manning?
No, Omaha, Nebraska. He's really from Nebraska.
Oh, he's the only nigga in there. Oh, Curry out the rest of the game.
That stinks.
Well, no, really, because Minnesota don't want to win.
Well,
Lay says she's the only Mexican who don't like Canelo.
I don't know about that.
Lay said, Will said blood different.
He is good. Look, he's my favorite fighter. So you ain't gonna hear no Terrence Crawford slander over here.
Is that racist?
So you know what? It's funny that song plays when we're talking about a fight from Saudi, huh?
That's crazy. I think that's racist.
What are we getting A-Rap? Because
Yes.
Canelo was getting A-Rap money?
Yeah. Oh, look at Minnesota. They're not doing none of this shit against the Lakers.
Of course.
That's crazy. Hey, the Minnesota championship was the Lakers, dog.
They left their talents on Figueroa.
What the fuck?
Yo, nigga, what did you just say?
The Wolves left their talents on Figueroa.
Look at the little.
Nah, this nigga out of pocket, fam.
Oh yeah, definitely. I already know Pop's making bets already, Will. So that's gonna be a fun night. Shout out to Pops.
My talent's on. Oh, different.
But that fight. We'll talk more about that when that happens. But go get the dub, bud. Go get the dub.
No. Martin, chill.
Wait, me? All right.
Yes.
This is hate.
Yes, you.
Low key it is, but it's acceptable.
Let's get to some NBA talk. So we're watching the Warriors right now. They're up 10. I'm hilarious. I ain't do nothing.
You say he left his talents on Fig. Wait.
Well, you call that nigga. Wait, wait. Time out. Let's get this show back on the rails. This nigga John about to make the show turn to a whole different type of show.
Why? Cause they left their talents on the
No.
And the nigga keep repeating it.
DUD. Polo, what up with it?
What you say, Nick?
This nigga just keep repeating it.
What up, Jermaine? What up with it? Shout out to Susio Boys, Bay Area in the building.
What you call it?
The Susio Boys podcast. With me and my boy Sloan.
John, I ain't about to lie to you, fam. I'm about to say, dog, I'm about to get off this show because I thought you said something crazy.
I thought you said something crazy too.
Yeah.
I see the type of time we on tonight. Christy, what up with it? All right, let's get back to the
shit.
All right, Rob said, I'm good, Trell. Minnesota had a few times in the Lakers series where they had stretches of poor shooting. Lakers just couldn't take advantage. I agree.
No, they're not even getting shots up. They just turn the ball over. This is crazy.
They're only losing by 10.
Now we know.
HR in the building?
Yeah, we know why. Now we know that's why.
Christy Carter.
Actually, that's her name, not mine.
Yes. Wait.
Sloan and Jermaine. Not the Marty McFly in you. Bay Area, New Orleans in the building.
Wait, his name is Marty or McFly.
Marty McFly to you.
That's hilarious.
Dope dudes. Met them in Vegas.
Well,
well, Sloan and
you met his Sloan?
I met Sloan. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
All right, I'm out of here.
Yeah, make sure y'all check them out on YouTube. Susio Sports will be on tomorrow. We got we definitely gotta get y'all on here too, Jermaine. So it's gonna be definitely have the Sports4U Susio Boy show.
This nigga is crazy.
Yeah, I'm crazy, but later one is calling her Christy Cartwheels. But let's talk about the Houston Rockets. Houston Rockets season is over.
HR in the building, you heard? What up, HR?
Houston Rockets season is over. And now the question is what happens in the offseason. This is how their outlook looks, courtesy of Bobby from Bobby Marks,
Ronnie and Mike.
No, not them, those guys. The New Edition's better. What the heck was that?
Yeah, Bella,
chill.
Wait, that was Bella?
No, that.
Oh, nigga.
Bella must have rocked the rocket. That's wild. Rudy Polo said Rudy needs to tap into his game 5, Rudy, if they want to win this series quick, especially with Seth out injured. Well, I don't think you're not gonna get.
Really sorry.
Even now, it looks like Nas Reed is limping.
Who the hell is Seth Curry playing for?
Seth?
What is it?
Seth. You mean Steph, not Seth. How Bella make that? Yo, Will.
Wait, what happened?
Yo, what's up with y'all? Y'all niggas good?
Yeah,
yo, is everybody okay? I just need to know that. Y'all good?
I think people still got that single de Mayo hangover right now. I think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with the Rockets? All right. Do I want Steve? I would take Steven Adams, but I don't know if the Rockets would get rid of him because he was such. I mean, he's a free agent, and that's why we'll go there since Trunks just mentioned. Yo, Nick, you all right?
Who keep
what the hell am I doing?
And Nas Reed is on his way back to the locker room. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Steven Adams is a free agent. I think Jeff Green's probably gonna retire.
No, that
Or get a check. I'm just saying. I mean, he's just there as a veteran presence anyway. Team option on Aaron Holiday.
Woo-hoo!
I think he has a team option on Red Rams, he has a team option. They have
What's the last dude name? What's the last dude's name?
not his last name.
No. What's his name?
Infali?
Yeah.
Infali Dante?
That is
Infel Dante? I don't know.
all right,
All right, man. We gonna leave, dog. Y'all have a good. We'll see y'all Friday. All right.
Wait, what the hell is going on? Y'all need to chill.
I don't know. Somebody making weird noises.
Somebody call him.
That's like the animal would be if I. That's like the noise the animal make if I would be animal. Elephant.
All right. Oh, wow. You good, man?
Yo,
They got good
fam.
memories.
Yeah, I know Elephant never forgets.
Yeah, they got good memories, man. What the hell are y'all on?
I'm not on nothing right now. I'm just chilling. Chill out. Chill. Yeah. See.
John about to be on OnlyFans after the show. I mean, only John's after the show.
All right. I see. Type.
Yikes.
Y'all some haters. Okay.
Well, John, just ignore it, dog. Just
All right.
keep going.
Okay. Let's talk about about H-Town right now. Monday is, Monday's a big day because obviously we're going to talk about it more on Friday. But Monday is going to be a huge day because that's the draft lottery. The Rockets have a top, right? You see, they have the 9th pick. They also own the Suns pick.
Which is a top 10 pick.
Yes. They have a slim chance of getting the number 1 pick. I think like a 3% chance to get number 1. But they have a 17% chance of that even still falling in the top 4. They'll have Ramsey coming back, Almond Thompson, Jalen Green. Wait to call out names. Şengün, obviously they signed him. They're at $194.5 million already on the books.
Ask me what they should do. What's the first thing they should do?
Trade Jalen Green.
Yes. Get him the fuck out of here.
Well, that's why. Well, he ain't gonna like calling our names for sure. They have their
I think playing the NBA like he's still playing AAU.
They have their non-tax mid-level at 14.1. Their biannual exception at 5.1.
Wait. Nope.
Yo, you good?
Nope.
You all right, man?
Nope.
They got 2 trade exceptions for 8.8 and 2.2 million. They got a 2nd round pick. They got vet minimums for but keep your eye on this. They right now have what could be the 9th pick in the draft. And they own the Suns pick. The irony is, the one name that keeps coming up in trades, there's 2 names that keep coming up now. One is Kevin Durant, the other is Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
And both teams do look, and it seems like they're interested in both players. The question is, what happens next? I'll start with you, Nick. You look at I look at the Rockets offseason. What you think they should be doing? Prioritizing.
Excuse me. If they could get Giannis over there, I would do it. Especially, look. Here's the thing. The most interesting thing about that is the fact of that particular draft pick. It's because right now that pick is at number 9, and if after the lottery happens, let's say that pick moves from number 9 to number 3. Now all of a sudden, shit is interesting because now you approach Milwaukee and be like, "Look, we'll give you this draft pick, which is a top 3 pick."
Or 4.
Remember,
or four, depending.
Or
Yeah. Yeah. So, you get this top 4 pick, quite possibly. And on top of that, we'll give you a guy like a Jalen Green and maybe one more extra person or whatever to get Giannis off the books. Because the thing is this. The reason why I think that, because the thing is, they don't have to trade Giannis. But the thing is, it just looks like it's a move that's going to happen because of just the dynamic of the way the team is right now. A lot of the core guys on that team are leaving. Chris Middleton's not there no more. Dame is not going to play next year. And by the time Damian Lillard is on the court for the Bucks again, he'll be 35 years old.
Giannis called Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, I'm about to say Kyle Kuzma is garbage. He didn't do them shit. He didn't give them shit in the playoffs. He's fucking terrible.
Did y'all hear that AI of Giannis? Someone AI Giannis's voice saying that he wants to be traded, and he called Kyle Kuzma Io Kuzma because that's where he's going to be working. Because he's going to be working Io starting next season.
That is funny. I'm about to lie to you. That's funny as fuck.
What about you, Mark? What you think happens? What with the Bucks? What would you think the Rockets should focus on this year?
So the Bucks.
I said the Bucks. I was saying the Bucks, but what should the Rockets focus?
The Bucks. I'm talking about Jalen Green. That's crazy.
Yo, you good?
Him and Josh Christopher need to.
No.
Well, he on Milwaukee. Man, send that nigga over there, man.
Oh, he is in Milwaukee, no. Nah,
fam. We ain't
nah, but if I'm Houston, I'm trying to get away from Jalen Green from not having to pay that max contract when that time is up. Not because I don't think he's a good player, but I just don't think they want to. You don't want to pay all that money and
they just paid him.
No, but not the money he gonna want, because he gonna want max contract money.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. Let's see when his contract is up. Go ahead.
So if you can trade him, and throw in a pick, like I'll throw in a nice pick in Jabari Smith.
Yep.
And see if we can get Kevin Durant for a couple of years. You know what I'm saying?
Sam says a perfect Rocket fan because 2 picks in the top 10 in the lottery in the first round.
What if they get number 1?
That was what Windhorst was saying. A lot of people believe
if the
fuck that.
What if they get number 1?
They're keeping it and they're drafting Cooper Flag. That's what Windhorst said.
They're definitely trading. All right, so Mark, this is where it gets interesting. So he's under contract at least for the next 2 years. Now, he has a player option for the 2027 and 2028 season.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, he's not getting paid that much money. Like next year, he's accounting for $33 million. Then after that, 36, and the year of his player option is a $36 million hit as well. So if he ends up actually being a better player, if they trade him now, I mean, shit, there'll be a discount for whoever they trade him to. Because right now he's really not getting paid that much.
And you can sell that to the team. You can match up him and Devin Booker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can do that, dog. And then Phoenix get rid of KD. I think they want to get away from that era.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's perfect for both teams, man. And then just by happenstance,
Miami Steph hurt.
And just by happenstance is if Houston do get that number 1 pick and they draft Cooper Flag, now you got Sengun, Flag, and KD.
Yeah.
Everything I was Windhorst saying, if they get number 1, if them or the Spurs, and the Spurs is interested in this because they are in the same type of boat because they have 2 top 10 picks as well.
The Spurs?
Yes. I think they have their pick, and I think the Hawks pick.
What they get?
Yeah. 2 number ones in the last 3 years.
Who did I say last week when we were talking about
Giannis to the Bucks.
Giannis, huh?
Giannis to the Spurs. I mean,
when we were talking about Giannis, and I said San Antonio, right? I wasn't even factoring in if they did get the number 1 pick, because I wasn't even thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's say if that number 1 pick goes to them.
Shit's fucking interesting.
Shit's getting really interesting in Texas, man.
I was gonna say,
Miami the Great, what up with it?
Miami in the building. Boss lady was just here. Miami, she dipped out. She said, but Miami said they just want the Wolves. They want Wolves. They don't want the Wolves to win. Just say that. Nah, the Wolves playing like they don't want to win though. They clearly showing that.
Anthony Davis. Anthony Edwards scored.
Let me see what's this.
I got it. Go ahead. You go.
He has 1 point.
Get the F out of here.
Oh, so pretty much him and Anthony Davis doing the same shit.
All right. Let's get to the next topic because I know a lot of people want to hear from Nick on this one. Let's talk about the Clippers. All right. Look, and the fairness to Nick, he predicted this last Friday. The Clippers, they lose Game 7 badly to the Denver.
Mm-hmm.
James Harden, as he does in Game 7, 1.0 for 8.
Sorry.
That's Anthony Edwards' numbers. Come on, fam. Can't do that.
He'll be all right. He gonna put up a dub before the game is over.
I agree. So here's what your Clippers outlook is looking like for this season. This offseason, Nick. Ben Simmons, Amir Coffey, all free agents. You got player options on Nick Batum and James Harden. You got the tax net level at 14.1. You got 3 trade exceptions at 6.5, 4.2, 2.1. Obviously, I got a couple second-round picks. You got vets minimums. And you got 175.5 right now of projected salary. What happened? What happened Saturday?
Exactly what I told you was going to happen.
Which is true. But
look, this is what happened.
The show on Friday. What did you say was going to happen?
I said we're going to get our ass whooped. I said we was going to get our ass whooped. And what I said from the beginning of the series was absolutely true. I said I feel as if our team gives us the best chance to beat this team. But I feel as if James Harden's going to fuck us up. And that Jokic is a good enough player to make up for whatever fuck ups they do. And that's exactly what happened. James Harden put up 8 shot attempts in the last game, in Game 7. Do y'all want to hear an interesting stat?
I have one for you. Go ahead.
You probably have the same stat. James Harden, in his playoff career, has 55 games where he made 4 field goal attempts or less.
That's insane. My stat wasn't that, but that's a good one. My Lord,
55.
Here's my stat. In the last 4 Game 7s that James Harden has played with the Rockets, the Nets, the Sixers, and now y'all, he has shot a total of 51 field goal attempts.
That's fucking pathetic.
In 4 games?
In 4 Game 7s. In his last 4
That's
games,
that's pathetic.
He has attempted a total of 51 shots. That's an average of basically 12 or 13 shots per game.
13, yep.
That's pathetic.
They said Harden was drained prior to the game.
Oh yeah, he was.
Oh yes, he was.
Oh yeah, he was.
Shout out to Cherokee.
If y'all
You ain't lying. Lord have mercy.
First reported by Mark.
You heard it here first.
Mark reported it.
Hey, look.
If y'all, I'm gonna say the name Cherokee, and all I got.
If you know, you know. No, fuck that. Cherokee the ass.
Thank you.
Most men know that name just Cherokee.
She said when she hear Cherokee, they're not talking about Jeep or Cherokee parts.
Wait, hold on. Hey, look, hold on. Before we continue, the real niggas know in that industry, even though there is the Cherokee, there is two.
Yeah.
Look, Mark, that's why I specify there is two, and both of them have amazing assets.
Yes. And James Harden.
And the sets is optional.
Yes, you can choose. Hey, look, you can choose. Hey, look, you can't go wrong with either choice.
Shout out to the fat asses.
So
You ain't lying.
So this word is that James Harden flew Cherokee in for the game in Denver, and obviously we remember his history when he was in OKC when he was with Trina. Yeah,
that was kind of like remember like a while back ago, Nick, when somebody got a home game before the show.
You all right? You okay? You okay?
Look, you know what's so funny?
You good? Yeah, you good?
Nigga, my nigga John so much of a gangster and don't care. He could just skate it past that, but he made it sure that everybody know he was talking about him.
You good? Yo,
Hey.
that's what we're right now.
So,
I'm good. I'm good. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought my nigga was just let that shit go.
nah, that nigga made sure like, yeah, that nigga talking about me.
I didn't say that. Y'all said that.
That nigga said it without saying it.
Anyway,
Shout out to the home games before the show.
Hey, you ain't lying.
And whoever that was let all the jokes fly that day.
You know what the jokes either.
No, that was fake surprise. But
No.
but all right, I made Nick leave the dang show. All right, but I want to continue this discussion on the Clippers because the question was asked about from Lawrence Frank on his exit interview about has he considered having a Clippers roster where it's Kawhi or James Harden.
I say this with as much respect as I can. Obviously, it sounds like you're planning on having Kawhi and James on this team next season. What level of consideration have you given to one of those two guys not being a part of the team next season?
Yeah, I haven't given it any, but I also am respectful of the fact that James is a player option. So, with any of those scenarios, we all understand the business of basketball. We were very, very happy with everything that we wanted from James. We got it and then some. When we initially traded for James, he was coming in as the third guy. And as the offseason transpired last offseason and, we went in a different direction. For James to do what he did, initially we brought James, it was all about facilitating. And then when it was James this year with no Kawhi, with Norm and Zoo and the rest of the group, we really asked James to do a lot. And at his age, to deliver what he did, I know you guys do, and what I love about your group, and I say this really with an appreciation, is you guys are totally invested. I know you have to be objective, so when you're critical of us, you're critical, and we all respect it. But you guys I feel like you're part of the Clipper family and as such, and so I think you guys have a deep appreciation for what it means to lace it up and to show up every single night. 79 games. And he does that time and time and time again. We have a deep appreciation for that sort of availability and to be able to deliver and do what he did.
All right, Nick. That's your general manager, Lawrence Frank, talking about James Harden. Your thoughts on what you heard him say?
Shut the fuck up, Lawrence Frank. That's first and foremost. You're trying to be politically correct. I can see through all the bullshit. Lawrence Frank, you're saying the right thing because here's the thing. If you're going to make a move that's going to be a dramatic move, you need for James Harden to opt into this contract so you can trade him if you want to get a star. because you're gonna need him to help match these crazy numbers that only the NBA does. The NFL doesn't do this. No other league does this, but basketball, where you have to match money, which is the stupidest shit I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
But because if you try to make it, for example, or if James Harden opts out, that's a lot of money that's now free up on the Clippers' books, so they can sign players in free agency. But here's the thing: I don't know. I haven't looked at the potential free agent list for this year yet. I don't know if there's anybody that's going to be like a big enough groundbreaking star to be like, all right, let's go ahead and get this guy. You know, I think all the guys that would be like game changers or help complement Kawhi in a way that you need to take the next step. Excuse me, are still under contract next year. Now, here's the positive for the Clippers. Kawhi was healthy last year.
Shout out to them.
Kawhi was healthy last year, so that's a hell of a thing to have. He didn't get hurt during the postseason like he has beforehand. He didn't get hurt during the season once he came back from injury, and he played like his old self. Now, here's what I think they should do. You hope that James Harden opts in. When James Harden opts in, first and foremost, here's another thing that people have to remember about this James Harden situation as well. If you want to get Giannis on the team, for example, there's no way that James Harden is not involved in this trade. And the reason why I say this is because of one thing. Do y'all remember that these two really don't like each other?
They don't.
So that's number one. That's the main thing. James Harden's contract is high enough to be like, all right, we can add him and throw in a Norman Powell or a Bogdan and throw in some whatever, about 4 first-round picks or something to add to that. To be like, all right, Milwaukee, if y'all want somebody, we'll get this. And then if you want to get somebody off y'all payroll, we'll help y'all with that as well. Because, you know, that usually happens sometimes. Like, you want this guy, or you get him, but you got to get him off our payroll. You know, that's how some of these deals go sometimes. So if you want something like that to happen, cool. Now, the problem is that what happens if he doesn't opt, if he chooses to opt out? That's where shit gets kind of tricky. But people have to remember, Lawrence Frank is good at his job. He is a former executive of the year. He learned a lot from Jerry West. Lawrence Frank is no doubt a better GM than he was a coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard people say, I've also heard this too. I've heard people say that Steve Ballmer needs a clean house as far as the not the team particularly, but as far as the GM and coach situation. My thing is this.
Time out.
Yes, John.
Time out.
Go ahead.
Time out.
Yes, I've heard that. I know where you're going. Go ahead, John.
Oh, I know. Hold on, man. Look, I understand if you want to try to get rid of Lawrence Frank, but he's done a decent job as a GM. Like Nick said, he was a former executive of the year. I mean, he got Kawhi, Paul George there. He got James Harden. He basically stole Elisa Zubats from the Lakers because Magic was a dunce cap.
Mm-hmm.
But here's where I'm going to draw the line.
Real draw line now, John.
Y'all really want to get rid of Ty Lue, huh?
John, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if we get rid of Tyler, who we gonna get? Like, I understand my boot nosers out there. All right, I understand that. You know, there's other good coaches, but no, I don't see it as necessary.
If you're not getting Eric Spoelstra, you're not getting the coach on the level as Ty Lue. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
John, people are saying that he got out-coached this series. There are people saying that.
I think
he got out-coached either.
I can't say that. I don't think T. Lue. No, man. That was the first Game 7 T. Lue lost in his entire career. He's lost in his entire career. He ain't get out-coached, man.
John, what can you do? Look, this is what people. That's why I always say you can't talk sports with everybody.
Crazy.
First and foremost, we're going against quite possibly the best player in the league in Joker. First and foremost, never easy. This is a team that has championship pedigree. They know how to win. They know how to do all that. Exactly. That's what Tig said. He did by Joker. Joker. Look, at the end of the day, the better team won. Did the Clippers fuck off 2 games? Absolutely. But what's Mark always say? Winners find a way to win, and losers find a way to lose.
That's true.
You can, as a coach, you cannot, no matter how good of a coach you are, there is nothing you can do when your second best player refuses to shoot the ball. What can you do? What can you do? You can't do nothing with that. You can't do nothing with a guy that's 2 for 8 or 3 for 8, whatever the fuck he was at one point. Come on, dude. And the thing is, people say, well, take him off the court. All right, you take James off. Look, I hate saying this. James Harden still had like 14 assists that game. He's still the point guard. So it's like the flow of the offense still, even though he's not scoring, the flow of the offense is gone once he's off the court. It's a double-edged sword.
It's not.
It's like
it's not. I'll be honest with you. The Clippers didn't need James Harden to get 14 assists.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
The Clippers needed James Harden to score. That 14 assists, it looked good when we talking about it now. But
no, it doesn't.
It don't mean nothing because that's not what they needed. They needed him to go out there and get 20 to 25 and let Kawhi go 25 to 30 and Norman Powell come in and do a 17, dog, and that's what they needed. But him going out there and shooting fucking 8 times,
trash,
dog. And I heard Gilbert say this earlier. He should have went there with that mindset. I'm shooting between 25 and 30 times.
Yes.
I'd rather you go 4 for 30 than go 3 or 4 for 8.
Listen,
or 10.
Completely agree.
Listen, and John, and I don't know if John ever remember me saying this, but remember when the Lakers had Paul Gasol and Andrew Bynum? Of course.
Yes.
Some of them Kobe shots he was shooting up was passes because he knew they were getting offensive rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
James Harden had to have that same kind of mindset with Zubac down there. Zubac was crazy the whole series.
Yep, sure did.
Jermaine said, I used to do a weekend show here in Houston 10, 11 years ago. We said Harden doesn't have championship DNA and people killed us. Now look, you can't be a number one. He clearly showed that in Houston. Obviously, and like 8 shots is just unacceptable. I remember Larry Bird told the story. Reggie Miller tells the story about, I think Larry Bird went off on him one year. So I think he kind of did what a James Harden did in the playoffs.
Who did?
Reggie Miller.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, he was like, I don't care. I don't ever want to see you have a game where you only shoot like 5 or 6 shots.
Yep.
I'd rather you go 1 for 30.
Yep.
Go out 1 for 30, play your game.
Yep.
Instead of not showing up. And clearly he didn't show up. Yep. And this has now been a pattern with him when it comes to game 7s. Like I just stated, he's only had 51 shots in his last 4 game 7s.
That's pathetic.
That's not what an MVP does. And I think James Harden is one of the greatest players, is one of the best players in NBA history. Best shooting guards in NBA history.
When you say one of which
he's one of Yo, Jermaine.
No.
It's Alfred.
Here's the thing, John.
Yo,
what?
Jermaine. No.
Well,
look, here's the thing.
Mark, don't you go
James
there.
Harden. No,
Mark,
relax.
don't you go there.
Look, James Harden should be the 3rd, at the least 4th best shooting guard of all time.
Excuse me?
But that's all he should be. But guess what? Shit like this is the reason why you will not be in that realm. Because people bring up all this stuff that you do, the great stuff, but guess what? When it comes time for the big games, you disappear. That automatically gets you the fuck away from that conversation. You know, I was one of those people that was saying that I even though, excuse me, I was one of the people that said that he was better than Dwayne Wade. I rescind that statement. And the reason why is because of these situations. I still think, he's a better scorer and all that Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade's obviously the better fucking defender and all that shit. But these situations keep you from being in the greatest conversations. Because they take you down a tier. Because you should be right there, but you're not. You done got these scoring titles. You done got assist titles. You done got MVPs. You are 11, 12 time All-Star. You got the resume that says this nigga is one of the best at his position of all time. Until you start, when you start getting to that conversation, that's when the little stuff start happening. That's when what me and Mark always say. That's when the nitpicking starts. And this isn't nitpicking with him. This is for real. This is the shit that keeps him from being great. Because he's been in situations where he could have won, but shit that he did stopped him from winning. If James Harden plays like how he played in Game 6, in Game 7, we easily win the game.
True.
Easily win the game.
True.
No doubt about it. So it's like, come on, man, like this, like Robert Wilkins said, this is something that's this is just a trend for James Harden. And Gil said that this is something that's been going on since he was in college. It happened in OKC when they went to the finals. He did the same thing, disappeared. He had a good second quarter and didn't do shit in the second half. I know y'all remember that game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nigga had like 23 at halftime and finished with like 25.
That don't make no sense.
It doesn't make no. You're too talented for that. That's mental. That's you being in your own head. That's not you. That's not your talent. That's all mental.
I agree. So let me ask you this, Nick.
Yes.
Do you want him back next year, or would you rather them pick up the option and trade him?
Here's the thing. I want to go back to this. I want to go back to that question after I'm done being pissed off about this. Because even though I picked us to lose, still I want to go. I don't want to make this decision while still being upset.
Right.
So for now, I'm on the fence because I understand both sides. But I will say this: if we have an opportunity to get Kevin Durant or Giannis, get this nigga the fuck off my team. That's where I'm in on it. If we not getting one of those type of players, then okay, he could be there, but I'm not expecting too much. Like if we go to the playoffs next year, I'm on the same thing. I'm on the same boat. I'm like, dog, we're gonna lose in the first round because I don't trust what he does. I have 100% faith in Kawhi. I know Kawhi gonna give me everything on the court. And the rest of the Clippers are tripping too. Hold on. We're not just gonna put this all on James Harden because Norman Powell, he was playing like shit too. Bogdan been playing like shit the whole fucking series. Who else? Batum had an okay game, but shit, Batum shouldn't even be talked about in these situations. Derrick Jones gave us 7 points in the fucking first quarter and ended up giving us less than 10 before the game was over with. Like, come on, man. Like, it's more than just James Harden, but James Harden is our second best player, so he gets the majority of it. The Clippers did not play well outside of Kawhi and Leonard. Even Zubac can have that great of a game. He ended up having a overall towards the end, he had a good game, but he didn't have his usual game in that series as he had the whole series either. But I give Zubac a pass because he been playing his ass off the whole series.
All right, Mark. Give me one more word, and then we're gonna move on to this. We're gonna move on to the second round.
I'm with Nick, man. If you get the right trade, then yeah, let him go. But if not, I don't know if y'all see the chemistry that's been had between him and Kawhi. That's important to me. You know what I'm saying? So unless you can get the right trade, I'm not really trying to give him up.
That's the same thing I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll be back as a player option, and then obviously expiring contracts are very valuable at the trade deadline. Says somebody else comes available, because obviously I think we're gonna see a lot of player movement this offseason, whether it's KD, Giannis. There's gonna be a lot of movement this season, this summer. Let's go ahead and look ahead. Let's talk about the second round. So, second round is officially up and running. So we've had already in the East, we already have a series up 2-0, and it's not the home team. A team that we've been talking about a lot this year in the Cleveland Cavaliers are down 0-2, dropping both games 1 and 2 on their home court, including dropping a 20-point lead tonight over the Indiana Pacers. And Tyrese Halliburton hits a step-back three to give them a 120-119 victory. So Tyrese
Halliburton said, "Who the fuck is overrated?"
Exactly.
We overrated. Watch this.
He had a buzzer. He had to hit a game winner.
A step back three at that.
Clippers said Clippers have been jinxed since Kawhi had that dumbass crown keychain. That's right.
Man, the Clippers been jinxed since we had that stupid ass owner.
So let's start there. I cannot believe that the Cavs blew this lead. And like we said earlier, by the way, Anthony Edwards, 5 points, 2 for 12, and 9 rebounds. Anthony Edwards. Now 6. But no Darius Garland, no DeAndre Hunter, no Evan Mobley tonight. But you were up 20. And the first game, obviously, it seemed like you had a lot. It was a lot of Donovan Mitchell, Ty Jerome. This game was obviously Donovan Mitchell. I think he went for 48 tonight. You had some shots from Max Strus. You had Jerome out there, but you were up 20 with three of your 5 starters in street clothes. 2 of them who were all stars this year. And the other one being your trade deadline acquisition. How do you lose both the first 2 games on your home turf? I do not understand.
Donovan Mitchell-led team. That's why. The same shit happened in Utah. This is what happens when you have a Donovan Mitchell-led team. I'm sorry, and I fuck with Donovan Mitchell, but this is how he does in the playoffs.
They got the same owner?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, there you have it. that team forever, as long as he's there, that team forever be cursed for what they did to LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now let's talk about from the Pacers' point of view. Rick Carlisle, obviously one of the greatest coaches ever. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. And Tyrese
Easily better than Doc Rivers.
Oh, he's definitely better than Doc Rivers.
Excuse me?
He's easily better than Doc Rivers.
Who was that?
Rick Carlisle.
Yeah.
No, who was the other coach I said?
Oh,
my fault. Glenn Rivers, my fault.
There you go.
Awesome.
I got a homie named Doc. That's the only nigga I recognize.
And shout out to Doc, man.
Shout out to Doc.
Appreciate you over the weekend, brother. Was happy to be here. Here's the thing I saw for the Pacers. They just didn't give up. They don't ever. And Tyrese Halliburton's playing with a chip on his shoulder, where people call him the most overrated player in the NBA. Andrew Nembhard is just somehow became a clutch 3-point shooter in the playoffs.
Wasn't he in Black Panther too?
No, wrong dude.
Oh.
Nigga, who are you talking about?
I don't know. Obviously, this could be Miles Turner's last year if somebody trades for him, unless somebody trades for him.
He's not going nowhere.
No, last year.
He's not going nowhere. He's resigning. He's not going nowhere. He likes it out there. They didn't have plenty of opportunity to get that nigga up out of there, and they still kept him. He's not going nowhere.
Reddy has a team or a player option, but anyway.
Redman and Robert is the only one I call Doc.
Shout out to phone Doc. Brick City, baby. Brick City done.
You said Tip City?
Shout out to Nip City.
But anyway, I think the Pacers are looking like the better team right now. Now they go back to Indiana up 2-0.
Oh,
They go. All they need to do is win one game.
and shout out to Bella too. I don't know if she told everybody the good news for herself, but
All right. Shout out to Bella. Whatever the good news is, congratulations. And shout out to Brick City always. Let's go to the other East series. The Boston Celtics. Yo, what was that? What was that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that noise?
Cleveland might be done.
Yeah, JT. Your city might be on fire. Your city might put the lake on fire. Y'all lose this series.
Woo, the new Hawks, you know what I'm saying?
Where
Clippers equals choke city.
Yeah.
The Boston Celtics, the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics played game one of their series last night in Boston. The Celtics were up 20.
Boston's in trouble.
Huh?
Boston is in trouble.
They have, and you want to talk about a choke job?
Shut up.
Yeah.
Boston.
Now, some of the ones that don't choke.
Ain't that what the high school girl did to Bowers?
Hey, yo! Hey, Lay, that's wild. She said they call El Centro chokes. Oh. Okay.
Yo, how we hear Nick, but we don't see him?
I can hear Nick, but I can't see him. You John Cena all of a sudden?
That is what John doing. What?
No, relax. But the Knicks came back from 20 down and won in overtime. The Boston Celtics, I said this to you. Yo, Bella.
What did she say?
No, you can read.
Nothing at all, dog.
You can read.
Nothing. Just go ahead. Y'all keep going.
The Boston Celtics, I said this a couple years ago. We said this a couple years ago. They had to be the dumbest talented team I've ever seen in my life. They proven last night. 15 from 60 from 3 or 4 or whatever.
That nigga banking the 3.
And they missed like 20 uncontested threes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown, 7 for 20. Yeah, Jason Tatum, 7 for 23.
This is terrible.
Whooping Minnesota's ass. Where's Kevin Garnett and Stephon Marbury at? God damn.
Shit, they would have done no better.
Anthony Peeler ain't walking through that door.
Well, he
playing Anthony Peeler right now.
Now he look like Anthony Peeler.
Yeah, exactly.
And Mitchell, where's Sam Mitchell? Troy Hudson.
Man.
Have a cup of coffee with the Timberwolves too. Remember that year KG won MVP? Where's Wally Zerby at?
Dog. Boston is in trouble though. The reason why I said is Porzingis hurt?
Yeah, they said he left with an illness, but he wasn't playing good against Orlando.
What is Anthony Edwards doing?
Fucking up.
Jordan there.
He did in high school.
Pass the
but
I shall too.
That same cocaine he was selling to LT.
Shout out to Brave Raider in the house, Pablo. What up, brother? Where's ET Lick and Sam Cassell? He's on the Celtics bench. He's an assistant coach.
Yep. They're in trouble because here's the thing. The Knicks, they are a very resilient team. And they got a big time test, even though they don't seem like it from Detroit. They got to test the wheels for Detroit because Detroit, they're a team that doesn't give up. And a few of those games came down to the Knicks just willing themselves, even though they're the better team, they have to will themselves to a couple of those victories in that series. And when you get battle tested like that early, it kind of rolls over. So they get in situations where they may be down or something, but they're not tripping because they still have faith in themselves. And Boston has this tendency of settling a lot. And that's what they did yesterday. They said they kept on settling for these 3-pointers, and I'm like, dog, like what happened to shooting the mid range? Go to the rack. Like Jason Tatum, like why are you settling for jumpers when you're being guarded by Jalen Brunson? Like, bro, you are 6'10". Get your stupid ass to the right.
A boy might
get to the right.
Friday. You say she was 16?
No. We ain't talking about Marvin Gaye, woman.
She was too old for Karl Malone.
She was just the right age for Marvin Gaye. But anyways,
and apparently Byron Scott.
So is that why Byron went to Morningside?
No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's out of pocket.
My bad.
Wait. Who was at Morningside in '87?
Lisa Leslie.
Was she?
Yeah, hell no, she wasn't there no fucking '87.
She wasn't there no '87. She can't be that old. She got there at least late '80s and like '89, '90s. She wasn't there no '87.
Nigga, she might have been there later than that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, hell no, she wasn't there no '87. This nigga Mark tripping.
No
That's just funny though.
Nah, you got to research. There's no way she was at Morningside in '87.
Hell no.
Y'all go read that story. We're not talking about it. But
no.
Anyway, yeah, the Celtics are in trouble. They live and die by the 3, which is crazy because when you have athletes like a Jaylen Brown, like a Jason Tatum, you should just be getting to the basket at will. I mean, you don't have to settle for threes. I don't understand their offense, but I feel like it got them to a championship last year. And it'll get them there again this year. And wow, let's talk about that. Nick leaves the show. So they're definitely in trouble. Let's go on to the West. So we got one game on right now, but let's talk about the game last night. The Oklahoma City Thunder and the Denver Nuggets, the battle of probably the two, obviously the top 2 candidates, MVP and SGA and the Joker. And by the way, the Warriors are up 23 now with no Steph Curry. We're just tuning in. Steph Curry left the game in the second quarter with a hamstring injury. And he's not going to return, and clearly he doesn't need to because obviously the Warriors got this game in the bag.
Cheryl Miller didn't go no more.
No, she went to Riverside. She went to Riverside. Lisa Leslie went to Morningside, but I don't think she was there in '87.
What's that, Lisa Leslie?
Yeah,
she wasn't.
She was at Morningside, but I don't know what year. But I don't know what happened last night. It was a good game. But I say the Oklahoma City Thunder really tricked that game off. When I was thinking about the finals, how things went out in the final second. So
she might have been.
She probably was.
The game where she scored 100 points was in '90.
Was she a senior?
I think so.
Because she was playing in the Olympics in '96.
I can see her being, yeah.
Well, that's crazy. If she was there, that's crazy. But so final play.
Wait,
very good. You had SGA get a wide open dunk to the basket. Boom, easy work. They're up 3. So all they need is a 3 to win the game. They're deciding the game up. For some dumb reason, Alex Caruso fouls Aaron Gordon in the backcourt. It's all good, Paco. Good to see you, brother. You're never late. The show's never. You're never late. There's no late. You're never late. The show's always on time. Aaron Gordon gets the 2 free throws. Then they foul Chet Holmgren. He bricks both free throws.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go down the court, and Aaron Gordon hits a 3, and the Nuggets take game 1. So far, and obviously it's going to, and the outcome's not going to change unless barring Minnesota just pull some miraculous comeback. The road team has won every game in the second round so far.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Jokic had 40 and 22.
Jokic said, "Y'all trying to force me to score? Y'all think that's go?"
So now the question is, I still got OKC winning this series, but boy, if Denver did their job, and if somehow they get lightning in the bottle with under David Adelman, we could be talking about these dudes back in the finals, which would really be crazy.
That's what I'm about to say. I said they get past this round, they go into the finals.
Because currently they're gonna get past. They can get past both of these teams, and it's Steph's injury, and obviously with a hamstring injury, it's very tricky. It's very tricky. So then I doubt we see Steph in game 2, and hopefully the Warriors take care of business on the road again. But we'll see.
Well, how many points Anthony Edwards got? 6.
Yeah, 6 points. Last time I checked, 6 points, 9 rebounds. He was 2 for 12 from the field as Buddy Hield. But what you make of OKC Denver, Mark?
I still have OKC winning that series. That's a tough loss to take, up 20 and still come back.
I'm not rooting for Boston, but I'm not repping them orange and blue skies. But I get it.
Yeah, I still got OKC, but that was a good game last night. Last night was a very good game. I'm excited to see how the rest of the series turn out.
I am too. I think it's going to be a long series. But boy, OKC can't have no mental lapses like they did last night. There was no excuse for Alex Caruso to foul Aaron Gordon in the backcourt. I don't get that. And number one, you fouled him while they still had Jokic on the bench, which gave them the
opportunity to seven back in.
Come on, you gotta be smarter than that. And Chet Holmgren, you can't be missing the 2 free throws, fam. I'm sorry.
You can't miss both of them.
Come on, man. I mean, missing one is enough, but you can't be missing out there missing 2.
At that time, you gotta make them both.
Clear choke job. They clearly went Angela White in that game last night.
Who? Nigga, are you good?
I'm straight. I was talking about Cherokee earlier, but I just said him somebody else from the same genre.
I think Denver is gonna make it a series.
Yo, Nick, what the heck is wrong with you, dog?
Yo.
We was talking about all right, we moved over to the West.
Yep.
What the heck happened last night with OKC and Denver, Nick?
I think that OKC they're not battle tested. Like, in all honesty, they're not battle tested. You know, sometimes stuff like that happens in the playoffs. Just like what happened with Houston, they're not battle tested. So, you know, on paper it shows that this team should win or something. Like, I'm not saying that they can't, but it's not going. It's never easy when you're going up against the best guy in the league. It's never easy, and I think that they are going to have a lot more issues with Denver than we did because they don't. I don't think that Hartenstein and Chet are do enough to be like we can have them go one-on-one with Joker and guard everybody else. Mm-hmm. That's what helped us in our series was the fact that nobody can stop Joker. Let's just put that out there. Nobody can stop him. He's unguardable, yes. But Zubac is good enough to be like
What?
to what? Huh?
Yo,
Zu- that was crazy. Zubac is good enough to be like, all right, we can trust him to play 1-on-1 so that we can guard everybody else. Like he plays well enough on him to where we don't have to throw the double teams at him consistently and all that. So because he had 40 and 22 last night or something. Like, god damn, that's crazy. And it was like an effortless one. You know, when he got those, because I think he had a 20 rebound game against us. But in that same game, I think Zubac had like 15 rebounds. So it was a battle. So it's I don't know. It's gonna be difficult for them because they're not. I think they're just not battle tested enough to get into certain situations when they go against this team. You know, the core of this team is the same core that was there when they won. Like the four best guys on that team when they won the championship are still there. So it's like, you know, and they got better. It's not like the guys like Joker's a better Joker now than he was when he won.
right.
Jamal Murray has gotten better, or it's not he's playing at the same exact level. Aaron Gordon has for sure gotten better since then. Michael Porter Jr. is a better player now than he was back then. You know, when you win, you know it upgrades your game because now you know that all right, if I do this, what I do right here is enough that I know if I do this consistently, we can go somewhere. So, you know, they don't have those same defenders that they had when they had the first run. But
we almost at the end of the show next week, Paco.
But yeah, they for sure. It's gonna be tough there. It's
right.
definitely gonna be tough. What up, Paco?
All right,
Paco, what up with it?
let's get to the final segment of the show. It's often imitated, it's never duplicated. Some people do stuff in the sports world they need to get called out for, and this is the place where we do it. It is time for another award-winning edition of calling out names. And I will lead this segment off. I got two people for calling out names. I'm gonna get one out the way, and that's Kendrick Perkins. No problem. I need to hear this, but here's Perkins. The other day on Get Up, basically said, "It's Child of the Blue Chew."
What?
Said this about Steph Curry if he gets his fifth championship.
Well, two things. Number one, we have to give him more credit about, you know, his conditioning and how much he puts into his body. That was a tough-ass series he just went through. You're talking about Mon Thompson, who was physical with him. We're talking about 6'7", bigger guy. You know, they were face guarding him at times, trapping him. And like they said, damn near ran 2 miles, but it was through 2 miles of physicality. It was like running 2 miles with a 15-pound weight vest. Here's the thing. Steph Curry is one championship away and one finals MVP away from entering the GOAT conversation. Real talk. He's one championship and one finals MVP away from entering the GOAT conversation. And I would dare somebody to try to argue or make me seem like I'm saying something ridiculous. What he has done for the game, he has changed the game forever. Forever. He's given life to all the guys that are under 6'3", right? Not just because his shooting ability, but because what he brings to the table night in and night out on a day-to-day basis as a true professional, and now he's getting it done on both ends of the floor. Well, he's been getting it done on both ends of the floor because in his fourth championship against the Boston Celtics, they were trying to pick on him, and I thought that's when he leveled up and took it to the next level defensively.
fuck is he talking about?
So let me get this straight. Steph Curry gets one more Finals MVP, 5 titles. He's in the GOAT. This puts him in the GOAT conversation.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does not. He gets 5 titles in 2 MVPs, 2 Finals MVPs. You're Kobe, and you're not better than Kobe.
Mm-mm. Hold on, John. Hold on, John. You kind of just proved this point.
But I have Kobe in the GOAT conversation, but I know he's not the GOAT. I don't think people will talk about it, but is he? But he would be like Kobe because number one, he's not the best at his position.
Nope.
That's why Kobe could never be the GOAT, because Kobe would never be the best shooting guard of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And Steph, I don't care what anybody says, he'll never. I mean, I love Steph, but he'll never be the best point guard of all time.
No.
Don't ask me who it is. Look, I already told you my top 2 is it's Magic, Jason Kidd. I'll let y'all argue with the rest of it, but I'm not putting him. He's not number 1 point guard, and I don't get what Kendrick Perkins is saying. What do you mean? Have you not watched the game? You got these dudes out here. Everyone want to shoot threes.
No. Here's my thing with that. I understand, because there's no doubt about it. He's one of the best basketball players of all time. There's no doubt about that.
Right.
Not a single doubt. To say that to put him in the GOAT conversation is I don't see it. You know, I think now if you're talking about impact on the game, then he's in the GOAT conversation for that. Because Allen Iverson is in that conversation as far as like impact on the game and influence. And he's not one of the greatest, and he's not in the GOAT conversation in general. But and you bringing up that aspect of the game, he's in the GOAT conversation.
Magic GOAT of point guard. I don't put Iverson over Steph. Iverson guard.
Iverson was a 2 guard. Iverson's a 2. He's not a point guard. His shooting ability and everything like that is the thing that people fall in love with. But let's just be real. When you start putting his resume up there with the guys who are in that conversation,
yes,
because here's the thing: if you're when you talk about GOAT conversation, you're talking about, all right, this is where it starts with. You're saying that you can compare this guy and what he's done and make an argument against Jordan. Because Jordan is regarded, I don't have Jordan, I got the GOAT already. But, Jordan is regarded as the GOAT. So it starts from there. The comparisons start with him. And if you compare Jordan's career to Steph Curry's career, it's not even close. There's no argument. It's not even close. The guys the reason why you may not feel like LeBron is the GOAT or whatever, all right, that's cool. But he has a legit case. Curry does not have a legit case. He is the greatest player. You can say he's the greatest Golden State Warrior player of all time. All right, go ahead. You want to do that? That's cool. You want to say he's the greatest shooter of all time? He's absolutely that. But to say that to put him in the GOAT conversation as far as the greatest, like, you're basically saying that Steph Curry is a top 5 player of all time, at the very least, if you're putting him in GOAT conversation. And that's not true.
Go ahead, Mark. I feel like whenever we had these GOAT conversations, we got to have sliders, like NBA 2K sliders, because sometimes you can just look at certain players and be like, I watched him play. I know he's the GOAT. That's how a lot of people have Iverson.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have people who have accolades and all that. If Steph won another chance with the 5 championships, you know, how people normally speak about it, should put him in the GOAT conversation because championships mean everything to people.
Mhm.
To some people, if you going by that, then I'm not mad at that. But you know, for the people who probably go off what they watch, plus the accolades, plus a little bit of everything, you're not. I don't think you're gonna have Steph in the top 4, 5, or 6.
Mhm.
So,
Mark,
yo,
how many right now? How many Steph has 4 rings, right?
yeah,
Yes.
All right, let's assume let's go off what Perkins say. He wins 5, right? And he has 2 Finals MVPs.
uh-huh,
He he has 2 regular season MVPs, right?
uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know who has all that? Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan. And nobody has Tim Duncan in the GOAT conversation.
Paco said, Mark, where you have Kobe. Of players I've seen, 4.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go down.
Nobody puts Tim Duncan in the GOAT conversation, and that's the same accolades.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a fact.
He's not Tim Duncan or Crawford.
And Tim Duncan has more All-Star appearances and more All Defensive appearances. All that, and he's not in the GOAT, and nobody brings up in the GOAT conversation.
Nah. All right.
Only thing they say is Tim Duncan is the best power forward of all time.
My next person I got on call our names is Lou Williams.
Oh Lord!
And he was talking about Jalen Green. I understand your defense, but boy, Lou Will, you really I don't know where you're going with this one.
Out of Jalen Green, Lou, I'm wondering, how do you assess him? Is he movable? Would you even consider it if you're Houston?
I've heard the talks. I've heard the talks about them moving him. Only way you consider moving a guy like Jalen Green is if you have a real chance at going to get a Ja Morant or Kevin Durant or one of these guys that are obvious franchise changers. Other than that, you stay put. You hold your cards where you are. You have a nice young nucleus. Granted, he did struggle in these playoffs, but it was his first introduction. Imagine if the Lakers turned their backs on Kobe when he played how he played against the Utah Jazz when he was such a young player. Like, no, you go out there, you have your experiences, you have your ups and downs, you wipe yourself off, and you go in the summer and you make adjustments how you can be a better basketball player. In this series, I think he learned that it's other ways to impact the game. Like you can't just be a one-trick pony. You go out there and you can't score the basketball, then what? Are you not going to guard? Are you not going to make plays? Are you not going to have any presence? Those are things that he can adjust to. It's not a lot of Jalen Greens just laying around anyway.
Turn that man off. What did he do outside of not score?
Nothing.
So what did he learn?
Nothing. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What do you mean he learned? And let me say this about you bringing up trying to compare him to Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Let me be clear, Lou Williams, if you forgot. The Lakers did not draft Kobe Bean Bryant. They traded for him. The Rockets drafted Jalen Green. So they have seen 4 years of what he should be or what they think he can be. Jalen Green does not have a Jerry West in his corner that saw him at 17 and said, "This is going to be the guy. This is going to be a great player for the next 20 years." Raphael Stone will trade Jalen Green the moment someone says, "Is Kevin Durant or Giannis Antetokounmpo available?" and not lose not one night of sleep over it. No, you don't say, "Oh, well, if the Lakers would have gave up on Kobe." No, they traded for Kobe because he saw something in him already. They drafted Jalen Green with the 2nd pick. What are you talking about? Stay with him just because he's a young player. No, he's been in the league 4 years already, Lou Williams. What that 4 or 5 years already? What are you talking about? When he came in the league?
How many years was Kobe in the league when that Utah series happened?
5 months.
That was
7 months.
That was his rookie year.
Yes. And Jalen Green's been in the league 4 years already. He is what he is. Y'all finish this off. I'm done.
Do I have anybody on call no names? No, just all these NBA teams giving up 20-point leads. That's all. That's really all.
Yeah, the 20-point lead is crazy. Who do I have in talking about names?
I'm not buying it, Paco. So I'm not taking until I believe it when I see it, Paco. That's make people listening too much of what's going on in Vegas.
Shout out to Vegas, you heard?
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah, shout out. Who do I have in calling out names? I don't think I have anybody on calling out names for once. I think I'm chilling.
Good turnout.
Yeah. By the way, I also got people. This is a side note for calling out names. Don't talk about people behind their back if you ain't scared. If you can't do it to their face. I'm done. All right. We gonna get up out of here.
That's the woman that you do it on their face.
Hey yo. We gonna get up out of here. I want to thank y'all for joining us. Friday night, back at it. We got our boy
Taco is right.
Talk with friends joining us. We saw him on the
Taco shop the treasures. He is right.
All right.
He is definitely right.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Friday night, we're back at it. Our boy Jake from Sports Talk with Friends. You saw him on the draft show. He's gonna be with us. We'll talk some NBA, talk some NFL with him. And we'll look ahead to the draft lottery, talk about all the percentages, all the possibilities, which could benefit teams who are non-playoff teams and possible playoff teams. So we'll definitely talk about that because the draft lottery will be Monday, and we'll recap it on Tuesday, the following Tuesday. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for Sports4U Podcast on YouTube. Like us on Facebook, follow us on X, Instagram, and TikTok at Sports4U Podcast. Belly, you're wild. Follow me at John Watson0984 on X, Instagram, and TikTok. Follow Mark on Instagram at HighMark1 on X. Follow Nick on X, Instagram, and TikTok at 99Gorilla. No rules tomorrow night.
Facts.
Mark Illwill, Instagram Live, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. Sports4U Wrestling tomorrow with myself, Trail. Our boy Sports PSP is pulling up to the show tomorrow, 7:15 Pacific, 10:15 Eastern. We'll talk some backlash. You good? And then obviously check out our podcast partners over at Coast to Class. Roses, 4:30 tomorrow.
Who's down for the cause?
Mark and Lights in the chat, boys, JT and Cash. They're on Thursday nights at 7:30 Pacific. And then, of course, Friday night, you got us. By the way, Friday.
Shout to Cash.
I will definitely be on Friday. I just got a text. I'm going to join our boy KC. He has asked me to come to join the show Friday. So, Friday night, 5 o'clock Pacific time, I'm going to tap in with our boy KC Sports Show on Friday. So, we'll see it. So, I'll keep y'all posted on that. But, yeah.
Hey.
Yo,
John, I got one joke before we leave.
Oh boy, what is it?
Why is it so hard for you to break up with your spouse in China?
Why?
You see their face everywhere.
Oh God!
Because what?
Because it's what?
You see their face everywhere.
Oh no! All right, we gonna get up out of here.
Yo,
thank y'all.
Fucking racist.
It is. We'll see y'all on Friday night. This has been another dope episode of Sports. Oh yeah, one more thing before we go. Shout out to y'all. 80,000, getting us to 80,000 views on YouTube. We're on the road to 100,000. Make sure y'all keep viewing our video, our show, our reels on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter for more reels. But make sure y'all keep viewing on YouTube. Help us get them subscribers up. Try to get that
84,000.
Yeah, try to get that 500. Try to get to that 500 subscriber mark. Get to that 3,000 watch hour mark, and we'll definitely be getting into the monetized mode on YouTube. So make sure y'all keep supporting Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. This has been Sports for You. I'm John. That's Mark. That's Nick Freeze. Shout out to
Yes, sir.
and we'll see y'all Friday. Peace.